Smashers. Let's first meet our officials for this match. Our first referee, Bobby Celso, national referee. The second referee is Fernando Velarde, national referee. And now let's meet the starters. First, for the CHOCO MUCHO Flying Titans. Outside spiker from De La Salle University, number 2, team captain, Des Chang. Outside spiker from the University of the Philippines, number 1, Isa Molde. Middle blocker from the Ateneo de Manila University, number 7, Medi Matayag. Opposite hitter also from Ateneo, number 10, Kat Tolentino. Center from Central Washington University, number 20, Tia Andaya. Middle blocker from De La Salle Dasmariñas, number 22, Cherry Nunag. Starting libero from Adamson University, number 16, Tang Ponce. And the head coach for CHOCO MUCHO is Dante Alinsunurin. And now the starters for the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers. Center from the Far Eastern University, number 1, Kyle Negrito. Middle blocker from the National University, number 2, Sheena Toring. Middle blocker from the College of St. Benilde, number 6, Pangs Panaga. Opposite hitter from De La Salle University, number 7, Michelle Gumabao. Outside spiker from the University of the Philippines, number 18, Tots Carlos. Outside spiker from the United States, number 22, Coco Schwan. Starting libero from FEU, number 11, Kyla Atienza. And the head coach for CREAMLINE is Sherwin Menezes. This game is held under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusements Board. It is CHOCO MUCHO versus CREAMLINE.
Let's check out the starters for the CHOCO MUCHO Flying Titans. Nunag and Madayag will be at the middle. Kat Tolentino will be the starting opposite setter, Tia Andaya. And outside hitters, Isa Molde and Des Cheng. And of course, their libero, Thang Ponce. And for the other side, for the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers, it'll be Toring and Panaga at the middle. MG on the opposite. Kyle Negrito as their setter. And Coco Schwan and Tots Carlos on the outside, plus their libero, Kyla Atienza. We're all set to begin this matchup between the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers and the CHOCO MUCHO Flying Titans. Thank you for joining us on One Sports, on One Sports Plus, and on Pilipinas Live. Dip Dipianco with Jamie La Victoria and Jana Ejido to bring you the match to cap off our Thursday triple header, which, by the way, so far, Jamie, 2 straight sets in our first 2 matches.
Yes, let's not jinx it here.
Let's see.
Let's see
if this one will be a longer game. But so far, it's a long rally.
Yes.
Ended by Pangs Panaga. So we got to say multiple sentences before that one ended. And thanks to Pangs Panaga for the first point of CREAMLINE.
You know, she's just been extremely consistent for the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers, and do expect the CHOCO MUCHO Flying Titans to go for those off-speed attacks, for those tips to avoid the blocking of Panaga.
That was the premier matchup featured earlier at the top of the coverage. We're gonna keep a look at Madi Madayag and Pangs Panaga. Meanwhile, service error of Negrito gives CHOCO MUCHO their first point. Negrito will back set to Schwan, who is playing her first CREAMLINE versus CHOCO MUCHO. She was warned, quote-unquote,
Yes.
by her teammates of how crazy this could be in terms of energy, and she's in for a treat.
And the fans, of course. The best part, this has always been a much-awaited rivalry here in the PVL.
And also committing a service error, so both points of CHOCO MUCHO coming from those errors of CREAMLINE. The story of this, Jamie, of course, with a win for CREAMLINE tonight, they advance to the quarterfinals. They clinch a playoff spot there. Meanwhile, for CHOCO MUCHO, as Best Cheng gets an ace, they need to rack up the wins to improve their standings in hopes of making it to the final 8.
That's right. So far, CHOCO MUCHO has only 2 wins so far, along with 4 losses. So yes, every game so far, every game that they will have after this is very crucial if they want to continue in the quarterfinals.
The 2 wins coming from the games against Signal and Next Led. Big block coming from Isa Molde to put CHOCO MUCHO up by 2 early.
So far, strong serves coming from Des Cheng, targeting Denise here, but solid block by Molde.
Cheng continues to serve 3 straight points now for the Flying Titans. Better first ball from Xuan. Kyle to MG. Dug by Ponce. Molde on the approach. Red. Back with her. Isa on another try. Time for CREAMLINE. And another rejection. Did we mention 10 blocks last game? And we'll look to replicate that as we get the support from Jana Ejido.
Whether it's the UAAP or the PVL record books, Maddie Madayag has her name written across them. And very timely, as you mentioned, Dip, as she tallied the PVL record tying 10 blocks just last Saturday. Maddie tells me that throughout all these years, she's always stayed competitive. She adds, and I quote, "My mindset has always been, there's more to learn and there's so much better I can do." Dip and Jamie, this exact growth mindset has been key to her high-octane performances lately. And if anything, tonight, Madzilla wants to put up another fiery performance. So coming off an 18-point game, I want to hear it from you. What are you looking forward to seeing from her tonight, Dip and Jamie?
Well, Jana, we are hoping to see Madzilla unleashed once more in this game against CREAMLINE. How about for you, Jamie?
And not just blocking, like we mentioned earlier, her attacks,
Ayun
like
na.
maybe that slide attack, that's also her specialty.
Yeah, but meanwhile, CREAMLINE answering with that one.
You know, it's just been a back and forth here in set number 1. Blockings from CHOCO MUCHO, but the power tip coming from the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers in Turing.
A little rookie watch as well for
Yes.
both teams. You have Sheena Turing starting for CREAMLINE and Tia Andaya for CHOCO MUCHO, set back by the Cool Smashers, courtesy of Tots Carlos, and we are tied at 5.
You know, reception is key here for the CHOCO MUCHO Flying Titans in order for Tia Andaya to even get a touch on that ball. So far, she went for a bump set earlier. She hasn't actually touched the ball yet in terms of setting.
Speaking of first-timers in this matchup, she too
Also
is
her,
playing
yes.
her first CREAMLINE versus CHOCO MUCHO. She goes for the push. Kyle in the back set to Gumabaw and finds the hole and gets the lead for CREAMLINE.
Every point is very crucial here in this game, but Michelle Gumabaw going for that tip. Ponce awaiting for that down-the-line swing of MG. And that's all because of Tia Andaya trying to push it in zone 1, but Coco Xuan was there.
That's a 4-0 run by CREAMLINE. And again, read by Turing. Chance for the ladies in pink. Back row from Xuan. And it drops.
You know, whether CREAMLINE is up by 2 here, 2 is already a good number here. Every point, like I keep saying, has so much weight, has so much importance. You cannot be giving easy balls back to the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers.
And that's 5 straight points now for CREAMLINE after trailing earlier 2-5. That's in! Service ace delivered by Pang Spanaga, which brings us to the first technical timeout. back inside the big dome as he just came from a technical timeout, and Panaga will commit a service error. That stops the bleeding for Choco Mucho. Luckily for them, as they allowed 6 straight points for Creamline.
That is way too many here, and this is a tendency we've seen from the Choco Mucho Flying Titans, and that is something that they cannot do against Creamline.
Easy over for Nunag, picked up by Lazaro Revilla. That one will head out from Maddie's touch, a point for Gumabao.
You know, Gumabao, she's been that stable force for the Creamline Cool Smashers, whether she's coming off the bench or starting. She's been going cross, she's been going for that tip, but this time targeting Madayag down the line.
Yeah, we've
Good
seen
serve.
Coach Sherwin Meneses really shuffle his lineup, the positions of his players. But it has worked for Creamline as they have won back-to-back games looking for 3 straight. That one doesn't get it for Choco Mucho, so it's now a 4-point advantage for Creamline. Andaya goes to Nunag. And that's a point for Choco Mucho, much needed.
That's a good reception coming from Cheng in that sequence. And with that, they were able to activate the middle blockers here. And that's what they need to delay the blockers on the other side. Talking about Toring.
And you also want to settle down Tia and Daya in terms of setting, right?
Yes.
You've seen some struggles at the start, but if they get those good first balls, it could lead to that. Meanwhile, Creamline scores another.
You know, Creamline not giving any momentum at all for the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. They have been serving tough. Better reception there.
Speaking of middles, Toring and Duna going at it. Back-to-back points, or exchanging points rather.
That was a good reception for Choco Mucho, and Tia and Daya activating that be quick on Nunag. And that's what they need. Choco Mucho just needs a good reception.
Twice now, Nunag has scored to lead all Flying Titans. Toring gets one back. It's the middle blockers in action here. And they are the top scorers for both teams. Toring with 3.
And as for the Creamline Cool Smashers, Negrita has so much confidence activating the middle blockers. And so far, reception has been good for Creamline. That's just too low.
Tolentino trying to find a way. Negrito to Xuan with a tip. Ponce with the underhand set to Cheng. Still alive.
That's a good set.
Back row for Carlos. It drops right in between Molde and Ponce.
So back row activated for Tots Carlos. And in that sequence, Ponce and Isa Molde just looking at each other, not knowing who will get that ball.
Kahiyaan. 5-point lead now for Creamline in set number 1.
Better reception.
Tolentino will try, but denied.
You could see the reception going to zone 2.
This tibay defensive play of the set is brought to you by Elastosil, Selyado Bubong, anumang panahon. Timeout for Coach Dante Alinsunurin.
Huwag natin, pagka nag-commit kayo, ipasok nyo na. Huwag na kayo mag-doubt na baka pag magandang receive, commit kayo, commit. Magpalo, then commit. Huwag na kayo mag-read. Nagpapalo kasi kayo tapos di kayo nagpo-commit. Okay, nag-read lang ginagawa nyo, ha? Guys, pasa lang tayo sa spacing ng pasa. Nawawala tayo ng spacing, ha? Nawawala na. Sige. Pasa lang muna, unahin. Ha? Pagka
Timeout called by Coach Dante as we see Tots Carlos and the adjustments he has made, after almost a year of not playing in the PVL. Kakabalik lang niya this conference. So, merong mga adjustments na gagawin pa yan si Tots Carlos.
No, and it was just a smart decision for Coach Sherwin to activate her and put her in the left pin for the middle blocker. For the left pin rather.
Yeah, outside pinner position. We're used to her at the opposite. Pero yun nga, nabanggit natin how MG has taken over that starting position at the opposite. But hey, look at this, it has worked for them, and Panaga gets another point.
I mean, CREAMLINE just has so many options, a lot of weapons for their team.
3 points also for Panaga. Tied with Turing, 15-8. Lead slowly increasing here for the Cool Smashers, and Choco Mucho badly needing a point. And Sheng gives them that.
It's a much needed side out here for the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. Still trying to find their footing here in set number 1. And as for CREAMLINE, smooth sailing so far. If they lose a point, they're not emotional about it. They just are playing their game.
Andaya will set up Cheng again. That is back-to-back points for Des Cheng.
Better reception here for the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. Tia Andaya going for that left pin, and Des Cheng and a broken block for the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers.
Maybe that's what Choco Mucho needs to do, right? Try to really break the blocking of CREAMLINE, which has been solid in this game so far. But the 1-2 works for Kyle Negrito in her first point as we get to the second technical timeout. Back inside the Smart Araneta Coliseum for a matchup between CREAMLINE and Choco Mucho. It's a 6-point lead for the Cool Smashers. Choco Mucho playing catch-up in set 1. In an extended rally, but the big Ofonse goes to waste.
You know, with Choco Mucho right now, with the way they're playing, it's Tia Andaya's first time going up against this rivalry. And this is where I feel like her teammates need to help her out a bit more as well. But at the same time, Tia can be a bit more vocal or a bit louder so her teammates can actually hear her.
Right. This set 1 is her getting her feet wet in this type of matchup. Kat Valentino gets that point. And maybe this could be a change that could spark their run in set 1 as Dina Wong checks in with their reinforcement. Marley Smith now in the game for the first time. So Smith started out last game against Zeus Coffee, this time coming off the bench. Let's see what they do here for the Flying Titans. Schwan puts some spin on that, the save by Smith. Cheng also on that change of pace. Smith, that is out. Too long for the reinforcement.
It's a bit too long for Marley Smith. But let's see if this double substitution of Smith and Wong will work here in set number 1. They need this boost here before CREAMLINE reaches that 20 mark.
18-11. Wong goes middle. Kept alive. Good intention for Maddie. Just wasn't able to...
She's just too strong.
Yeah. Too much muscle in that.
Yes.
This now is the biggest lead of CREAMLINE in the first set. Aibalik. Second try for Smith. Straight into the antenna. Lead has ballooned to 9. And Choco Mucho calls for another time.
Importante lang, maglaro lang muna tayo. Maglaro lang. Balik lang muna tayo ulit. Ha? Maraming inisip, maraming ginagawa yung kalaban sa atin. Okay? Unahin lang muna natin yung pasa natin. Tayo muna mag-dictate ng tempo, ha? Anong nangyari? Nangihintay lang tayo sa ginagawa nila, ha? Okay? Relax lang muna. Unahin mo ng pasa, ha? Dumiskarte mo na din, ha? Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hey, Choco Mucho!
The first ever FIFA Futsal Women's World Cup is happening from November 21 to December 7 at the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City. Visit FIFA.com/tickets for more details, or you can watch it live via the Pilipinas Live app, One Sports, One Sports Plus, and RPTV. And if you're wondering why we haven't been at the Phil Sports for a while now,
Yes.
which is usually where PVL is held, it's because we'll be having
Yep.
FIFA Futsal World Cup there, so be sure to see the action over at Pasig. Meanwhile, that one turns into a point for Molde. Unintentional, but they'll take it.
The point is a point for Isa Molde here. See, energy and tension is high for the Choco Mucho Flying Titans.
Let's see if they'll be able to settle down towards the end of this first set. At least carry some momentum heading into the second. Cheng sends that long. Wonder what's going through Coach Dante's mind. A lot of possible tactical changes that he needs to do.
He took a lot of risks, I would say, having those subs coming off the bench. I mean, he's also experimenting with his team, because in the last game they lost against Zeus. They haven't been winning, so he's trying to see what works, what doesn't work.
The last win they had was back in October 21. Also here in Araneta when they beat Next Led in straight sets. Then lost to Farm Fresh. Lost to Capital One in that last game also against Zeus Coffee.
And that was crucial against Capital One, because that dictated the seeding.
Right, of who will enter
the top
part of their pool, in Pool A. Service errors have been killing their chances as well late here in the first set. Meanwhile, it's CREAMLINE's turn to bring in a double substitution, as Elisa Valdez will enter alongside Rhea de Maculangan Villarete. They are 3 points away from snatching the first set.
Good serve.
Wong will go to Molde. Again, that's out.
Just errors piling up here for the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. You know, this is something we've seen with them in the PVL, and with the level being so high now, you can't really choose when you want to play. You can't choose when you want to bring your A game, because other teams have leveled up. Other teams have surpassed CREAMLINE so far. We've seen it in the past conferences. So this is the time to not be too emotional. I would say, yes, this is a rivalry that they do await for, and of course bragging rights at the end of the day, but this is at the end of the day, you just want to win. And this is something that you want, and at the end of the day, it just depends who will have that good day.
If you blink, you'll miss your chance.
Yes.
That time back-to-back points for the Flying Titans, courtesy of Isa Molde. Second block of the game for her.
So much needed here for Choco Mucho.
Yes, her former teammate back in college.
Yes. Good reception by Schwan.
Villarete tosses to Valdez. Not the best chance for the white shirts. They go middle to Nunag. Villarete, nilipat kay Carlos. And that's inside for Tots.
You know, so far, we see the attacks of CREAMLINE, those corner pockets. We've seen that with the other reinforcements in the PVL, targeting Zone 1, Zone 5, right behind the defense, which is also disrupting the defense, delaying the defense of the teams.
CREAMLINE now at set point. Andaya will go to Tolentino. Sent back, scramble. They get the ball. Xuan was right there. Back to Molde. Isa rejected. That was just out.
Outside, yes.
Down by 8. Coach Sherwin nodding his head says, yes, we have some breathing room.
We're okay so far.
Nakakahinga pa.
Good serve.
Coco goes for it. And that one set back.
It's a block here by the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. Let's take a look at this one more time by Kat Tolentino. Perfect press on that one.
Couple of points as well for Kat Tolentino. They save 2 set points. Valdez.
That's inside.
Down it goes for Eliza Valdez to get set 1 for the Cool Smashers.
The Phenom just ending it off here at set number 1.
This point is brought to you by Myra. Be Vita Brighter with Myra's vitamin-powered whitening lotion. Her first look at it and a final point in set number 1 for Creamline.
PVL fans, now is the time for you to cheer for your favorite team. We are looking forward to the certified Kantini Babad Barkada inside the arena. Wave to the camera and cheer for your team when you're featured on the Jumbotron. Where are the fans of the Choco Mucho Flying Titans? And how about the fans of the Creamline Cool Smashers? Enjoy unforgettable TV Babad moments with your loved ones only with Devant.
Back here at Smart Araneta Coliseum for your PVL reinforced conference, the Creamline Cool Smashers just took set number 1 over the Choco Mucho Flying Titans in a comfortable fashion, 25-17. At one point, Jamie, it was Choco Mucho leading the way, actually 5-2, but then after Creamline made that run, they never looked back, and it was a breeze for them in the first set.
That's right. Well, in set number 1, the Creamline Cool Smashers were just breezing. They had good reception. They had good sets coming from Kyle Negrito, activating all spikers, whether it's Courtney Xuan, Michelle Gumabao. And for Choco Mucho, this is unlike them, I would say, to start off the game. But first, we got to talk about the set 1 stats here. 8 attacks for Choco Mucho. That is a very low number for just one set versus the 15 of the Creamline Cool Smashers. Choco Mucho also had 7 errors so far. They had a few missed serves. They also had balls where Mari Madayag would push it to the corner and it was also outside. And not knowing how to control what's happening on their side. And for Creamline, so far so good. Reception has been steady. That's why Kyle Negrito is able to activate Banks Panaga, Sheena Turing with those short running attacks. And for Choco Mucho, I think they just have to serve harder as well.
Yeah, as we begin set number 2 here on One Sports Plus, and on Pilipinas Live. Dip Pianco with Jamie La Victoria and Jana Ejido at the sidelines. And we also mentioned it earlier in set number 1, Jamie, how you don't get a lot of these games. It's only the second time that these two teams are meeting this year. So you want to bring your A game and level it up here in set number 2.
I mean, especially with CHOCO MUCHO, this is a time that they need to rack up a bit more wins because only 8 teams move on to the quarterfinals.
Just like how we started the first set, a long extended rally for the first point. And it goes to Creamline.
What a long rally so far here to start off set number 2. But like I've been saying, Courtney Schwann and all the other reinforcements, they have that height. And because of that, they are able to guide that ball in corner pocket of zone 5. Better reception by Molde.
Good first ball. Goes for the attack, and it drops for Isa Molde.
That is off the block here for Isa Molde. And with CHOCO MUCHO, this is a time where they cannot let Creamline gain any momentum. When Creamline starts getting a point ahead of them, it eventually adds up. So this is where they have to start strong and they have to end strong.
So it's good that they were able to shake off that first set already for Andaya, experiencing it for the first time. And Tolentino gets a point for CHOCO MUCHO.
And Kat Tolentino so far with 3 points here in this game. Let's see the location of that swing. Yes, right in between Negrito and Courtney Schwann.
Cross-court hit for the opposite spiker. That
so
one
good.
Is still playable. However, Schwann will commit an attack error. So that's 3 straight for the Flying Titans. Question is, can they maintain this, which was not what they were able to do in the first set?
Yes, that is something that they do need to work on. Good receive by Denise so far.
Panaga gets the second point for Creamline in set 2.
No, Denise Lazaro Revilla has been just on point as well for Creamline. You would think that CHOCO MUCHO would not target her in service reception because she's so good in that skill set. But so far, so good for Creamline.
That's an ace for Coco Schwann to tie things up at 3 as we get the support from Jana Ejido.
For the Creamline Pool Smashers pocketing set number 1 from the CHOCO MUCHO Flying Titans, the team is another step closer to possibly booking that quarterfinals ticket. Even Creamline's Courtney Schwann just also found out that they have a chance to do so today after a fan wished her good luck on her social media. But Coco isn't surprised that the team gets chances like these. As she says, they put in the work day after day. While she was the top scorer in their most recent match last week against Nextled, Coco said that what she's able to do is all because of her teammates. With everything shaping up very well for Coco and the Cool Smashers in this conference, let's get back into the action as the Cool Smashers now lead by 1.
Thanks, Jana, for that report. Well, Schwann now has 6 points, and the lesson there is if you interact with your fans, you learn new things. Diba? Nalaman niya today because of that good luck that they can actually enter the quarterfinals if they get a win.
You know, good thing she was also on her phone as well, and she saw that.
Responding to her fans, and I'm sure she's enjoying the interaction as well here in the Philippines.
And the Creamline Cool Smashers have just been on point, but we'll have our first challenge of the match. A ball in, ball out challenge. This is on the sequence of Tots Carlos attacking zone 6.
Yeah, let's see. That attack went in or out. The last time these two teams met was back in April 3rd of this year. A straight set win by the Cool Smashers over the Flying Titans.
Oh, that's definitely inside for the Creamline Cool Smashers. And you could see a different aura, I would say, with Creamline. They just mean business now. They've experienced all the ups and downs so far with this lineup, and they're not playing around anymore here.
Madayag. Kept alive Back with the Flying Titans. Molde. Slowed down. Negrito trying to outsmart, but sailed out.
Negrito a bit too eager, I would say, in that sequence. You could see she was a bit frustrated with herself after that one.
Close start here in the second.
Yes, good reception by Courtney.
Gumabaw fires and scores one for Creamline.
It's that same spot, corner pocket of zone 5. MG, just her veteran presence is key here for Creamline.
One-point game now. Gumabaw will have to work from the back. Andaya will go to Madayag on the slide. Negrito goes to Carlos. And it goes for Tots Carlos.
That was a fast set going to Tots Carlos this time. Almost like a shoot set coming from Negrito. Take a look at this. Delaying that block, beating that block of Maddie Madayag.
Lands right in front of Molde. 7-5. Andaya on the 1-2. Doesn't work. Schwan.
Oh, goodness.
Beautiful play there from the back as you go to the first technical timeout. Back inside the Smart Araneta Coliseum. Set 2 between CHOCO MUCHO and Creamline, and the Cool Smashers are ahead by 3.
Good serve.
CHOCO MUCHO has to be careful before Creamline pulls away once more. This is the part where they took off in the first set and left CHOCO MUCHO.
Is there a touch? No touch.
It was out.
See Tots Carlos trying to target that zone 5. That's been a problem for CHOCO MUCHO.
Maddie serving 6-8. Oh, comes up short.
You know, that's very rare of Madayag to miss serves, and so far she has 2 in this match.
Andaya goes to Cheng. Red. Back to Des. Changing the attack. Gumabaw. Doesn't get it. Tolentino. It's out.
You know, I'm looking at CHOCO MUCHO right now. When they have that first attack, Tia Andaya goes for Des Cheng, or if Isa Moldes in the front, but they are unable to get that kill right away. And because of that, Creamline is even able to get a touch on that block. And when it comes to counterattack, that is when Creamline thrives, when they're in that counterattack.
Yeah.
So it's very important for CHOCO MUCHO to get this first attack. It's very crucial, and I have to say, this is where we're missing CC Rondina.
Yeah.
That 1-2 punch, that player just
Oh, yeah.
grinding
For
and
sure.
hustling for every point. Because when you look at Isa Molde and Des Cheng, they're not as explosive like CC Rondina, but they are smart.
Right.
But the block has been stellar for
Yeah, there you go.
Creamline.
Right on cue, Jamie.
I mean,
To your point.
I mean,
What you're saying is absolutely right. And it showed there with the block between the combo of Negrito and Toring, which prompts Coach Dante to call for time.
Ginagawa. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, pag nag-out of system tayo, kailangan natin i-maximize yung ganong ginagawa natin. Then, dahan-dahan lang. Akuin mo. Pwede tayo sa coverage kasi sasadyain natin yung ginagawa natin eh. Oh, okay, nagkakaintindihan ha? Oh, okay? Sige. Relax lang muna. Unahin sa pasa lang muna. Okay? Sige, sige, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's go! Choco Mucho!
The 2025 NBA Emirates Cup is here on Signal. Watch the action this November to December on NBA TV Philippines and Pilipinas Live. We saw a change right before the timeout. Dina Wong in the game for Andaya. Liza Valdez.
Oh my.
Picture. Kailangan na. Mukhang anytime, no? Sana makita ni Fina. Mukhang nakita niya. And I think she will go now to the fan. Biro lang.
I think she should.
After the game, tatakbo si Eliza sa kanya. A point now for Choco Mucho.
We have Dina Wong back, who will be setting here for Choco Mucho.
It's always interesting to see the fan signs.
We love it.
Diba, yung mga ganitong
So
games.
funny. Good reception by Denise.
At may proof yun. Kita naman natin.
Yeah. Oh, I
Sometimes
that's
to say
true.
it's their birthday, you never know if
hindi
it's
naman
actually their birthday. But that time,
she's pregnant talaga, guys.
Coco Schwan delivers another for her 8th point of the match.
There's a touch on that one. Yes, I heard it. Oh.
Yeah, there's a touch point awarded to the Flying Titans. Yeah, so there you go. That was officially given to Choco Mucho. No need for a challenge. You were talking about the outside hitters and how they also have to try and figure things out.
Yes.
Because the blocking of Creamline, they have read the plays of Choco Mucho so far.
No, and I think so far the reception needs to be a bit more polished. Maybe Dina Wong or Tia can add a combination play as well, just to have Banks Banaga and Turing move a bit more, because the plays can tend to look a bit predictable, I would say, for Choco Mucho.
Wong sets up Molde. Nunag on the quick. Tip on that one. Schwan. Back and forth. Isa. It's out. No touch.
There's no touch on that one.
And they won't challenge as well. Much like set number 1, Creamline pulling away. Now up by 7. This is 1 point shy from their biggest lead of the set, which is at 8.
You could see the blocking is just on point for Creamline, just getting a touch on it
Yeah,
every single time.
touch sila
Yes.
slowing the ball down,
Yes.
and then they set up their plays, turning it into a point as we go to the second technical timeout, 16-8. Eto, let's check out another sign. Basahin mo nga, Jamie. Doon to be yung galing pa akong Ilocos Norte.
I'll pass on that one.
Ay, yung
Maybe on the next one.
working on the...
Yeah, I'm ready for the Tagalog.
Sige, sige.
Yeah, sige.
Magkakaroon pa tayo ng konting Filipino 1-1. This Tibay defensive play of the set is brought to you by Elastoseal. Selyado ang bubong anumang panahon. Next time, ikaw na magbabasa nun.
Sige yung plug. Or sige, I'll do it.
8-point lead for Creamline.
We haven't seen Honey Royce yet on the court. Veteran presence is needed here for CHOCO MUCHO.
Ayun, may call din to ask for a picture kay Tobino. All the way from Ilocos Norte. Schwan breaks the block. 10 points for the reinforcement.
It's a Creamline. Smooth sailing. Movements have been polished. They're just mean business this game. They need this.
Yeah. Twice as many points as CHOCO MUCHO here in set 2. Tolentino comes up short. 10-point lead now for the Cool Smashers.
CHOCO MUCHO unable to get the rhythm here. Kat Tolentino, Mari Madayag. The spikers, I would say.
Wong goes to Molde. Again, getting a touch.
Yes.
Are the blockers of Creamline. Tots. That goes over. Tolentino gives up a free ball. Kyle. Tots again. High enough for CHOCO MUCHO to pick up. Tolentino. It works. But you see still the struggle to find a good, clean setup.
You know, Dina Wong actually activated a combination play, but the block was already stabilized for Creamline.
10-19. Back set to MG. Ponce right there. Tina. Back row hit. Dug by Schwan. Carlos. Roofed on that one. Back-to-back points for CHOCO MUCHO. Maybe the blocking of Maddie could energize the Flying Titans.
Madayag not backing down on that sequence.
2 points on 2 blocks for Madayag, but the serve of Kat heads straight into the antenna.
I would say CHOCO MUCHO playing very flat this game. And as for Creamline, they haven't even done any combination plays. Simple dig, set, spike. The digs, the receptions perfectly given to Kyle Negrito. She can activate the ring. She can activate Panaga.
The errors have really hurt
The errors.
CHOCO MUCHO also.
Just too many this game. 7 in set number 1.
In their effort to avoid the blockers also, pupunta yung attacks outside. Negrito goes back to Gumabaw. That is long. Point for the Flying Titans. It looks like Creamline will not let it pass. They call for a challenge, a block touch. And you see what this game means to them, because despite being up by this big, they still challenge that point.
Yes.
Having natin a win here would give them a slot in the quarterfinals. So that's what you want already to find out na okay, pasok na tayo in the next round. We can prepare properly instead of worrying kung makakapasok pa tayo. There was no block touch.
Negrito shaking her head.
And hey, who's about to enter? Mitch Morente will come in for the Cool Smashers along with Royce Tobino. (12-21) is our score dito sa set 2. Molde picks it up. Broken play though, but it works! for Royce Tobino, who has been waiting for her turn.
Yes.
And Coach Dante finally fielding her in and gets a point.
I mean, they need her. They need her to change things up, change the rhythm. For CHOCO MUCHO, that veteran presence is needed for her.
Yeah. If anyone can give them that different life here
And
in the
different
match,
look.
it could be her, but this time she was blocked. Gumabaw extinguishing that before it even sets fire.
She's been on point so far, Gumabaw, with her attacks, her blocking, her leadership, all the tools it makes for a great opposite, Michelle Gumabaw.
Speaking of players changing positions, Lori Bernardo has embraced that as of late. Bilang opposite spiker ni Coach Sherwin. He's now in the game along with Rhea Villarete. Wong
Ooh,
goes
that's tight.
double jump there by Tots. Chance now for Creamline. Villarete to Carlos. Ponce with a save. Molde might have been bothered with that
The
line
blocking.
also.
Oh, and the line,
No,
yes.
parang malapit na siya, so
Yes.
iba rin yung atake niya.
Could have been a foot fault. And for CHOCO MUCHO, I think they're also intimidated by the blocks since set number 1. When that's in your head, you're too focused on trying to be perfect or trying to avoid the hand. But sometimes when you avoid the hand, your attack goes outside or in the net.
How do you get over that mental part of it?
I mean, with this game just going so fast, you just have to let it go.
Yeah.
And that's what Creamline has done. They tallied 4 errors only in set number 1, and they are an error-prone team, Creamline. But you could see, when they have an error, they shake it off right away. They're not too emotional. The maturity is there. The growth is there.
Yeah. And the thing is, even if CHOCO MUCHO had more blocks in the first set, ang daming touches ng Creamline getting the check balls. But here we go. Couple of points for Royce Tobino off the bench.
Take a look at this one more time. It's going down the line, right behind Rhea.
Maddie with the serve. Villarete goes to Carlos. The stretch by Tobino helps save it. Morente for the pickup. Toring was red.
Good
Nilipat
take.
kay Tots. That is short, doesn't go over. And point for the Flying Titans. Back to back.
So far, so good. Now that Honey Royce is on the court.
May kumbaga calming presence of having that veteran inside. But Alyssa Valdez, ang panapos ng Creamline in set 1, is back on the floor.
It's the Phenom.
Bernardo!
Wow. It looks like a dunk almost. Okay.
Show yourself, Lori. Look at that.
Get it.
Oh, she's having fun. That's the luxury of having a lengthy player like Lori Bernardo. Meanwhile, Creamline is again at set point here. Tobino. That's another point for Royce. 3 points off the bench.
Yep, Honey Royce. Broken block this time from Creamline.
Bernardo again. And that's it. Off the block and out. Lori Bernardo scoring the last 2 points for Creamline, and they get the second set in the same scoreline, by the way. This point is brought to you by Myra Be Vita Brighter with Myra's vitamin-powered whitening lotion. 25-17, part 2. We'll be back with the third set right after this.
Smart Araneta Coliseum. Smart Araneta Coliseum, we are 2 sets down in our game. Good evening, everybody. It is now time for our home credit Guess the PVL player game. Now, we are here in section 109. And joining us for our game is this guy right here. This is Axel. Axel, which team are you cheering for?
Let's go, CREAMLINE!
All right, fans of the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers, help Axel out. What he's gonna do is he's gonna be looking at the screen up top and he's gonna guess the baby pictures as to which PVL players those are, okay? We have 3 PVL players that you should have to guess. Let's start it out. Eyes on the screen. Who is this PVL player? You have choices as well.
Si Fifi Sharma po.
The guess is Fifi Sharma. Is that correct? Araneta Coliseum, you tell us, is that Fifi Sharma? Sabi na Araneta, si Fifi Sharma daw. That is correct. That is one. Let's go to the second one. Who is the second player? All right, let's go. Second player tayo. Axel, kayang-kaya mo to? Everybody, your eyes to the screen. Let's guess the second player. Is this Jack Jonella, Denten Lazaro, Jolina de la Cruz, or Bella Belen? Smart Araneta Coliseum, help him out.
Belen. Feel ko si Belen siya.
Sabi niya, Bella Belen. That is correct. Tama yun. Micaela Bella Belen. Now, our last player. You can do this, Axel. Go 3 for 3.
Si Coronel po, si Julia Coronel.
Julia Coronel is correct. Tama po yun. Congratulations, Axel. You will win our prize. This is our hat. Can you wear it for everybody here inside the Araneta Coliseum? Palakpakan po natin si Axel, everybody. Congratulations. That was brought to you by Home Credit. Enjoy set number 3, everybody.
A little fun inside the venue here, but now we take a look at the numbers from set number 2 between CHOCO, MUCHO, and CREAMLINE, Jamie.
So far in set number 2, 9 attacks for CHOCO, MUCHO, and 12 for the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers. It is the errors that have been piling up for the CHOCO, MUCHO Flying Titans. They're unable to get the rhythm. They're unable to get a quick side out. But I would say better performance compared to set number 1, and now here in set number 3, this is their only chance to extend this game.
Set 3 underway here on One Sports, on One Sports Plus, and on Pilipinas Live. Dip Bianco with Jamie Lovitoria and Jana Ejido, our courtside reporter. First point goes to CREAMLINE. They begin with a different set of players as compared to the first 2 para kay Coach Dante.
Marley Smith, Honey Royce, Dina Wong starting here in set number 3.
So maybe this could flip the switch for them. They will try to extend the match. First, get a set against the Cool Smashers. We've talked about it throughout the match, Jamie, what adjustments they need to make in terms of going up against the blocking of CREAMLINE, finding ways to go around and vary their attacks.
Better reception is what is needed for CHOCO, MUCHO, and also just avoiding that tall wall of CREAMLINE. So far, so good here for CHOCO, MUCHO here in set number 3, but the blocking has been consistent for CREAMLINE.
10 points for Isa Molde in the match.
Good serve.
Broken play. Schwan. MG able to play dodgeball.
Yes.
Good reflex.
Very quick there, talking about MG. Take a look at this one more time.
Pailag, oh.
That was fast.
Two all. Somebody clipped the net. And it was Dina Wong on the 1-2.
Oh, who's that? Sir Jonathan Nang of Ribisco, and of course, Gia de Guzman.
Yeah, familiar faces always to support the teams here in the PVL. This matchup between sister teams. Smith commits an error. 2-point lead now for Creamline. Molde.
Good dig.
Nice save by Atienza. Play on. Molde again. Doesn't work. Sumobra for Carlos. Coverage was present for Ponce. And in the end, it's a point for Creamline as we send this to Jana Hiro for this report.
What a dominant game it has been so far for the Creamline Cool Smashers here tonight, Dip and Jamie, especially as they scored that last point. I remember my chat a while ago with Michelle Gumaba, who described the team's journey so far here in the Reinforced Conference as she described it as steady. She further added by saying, we haven't had really spectacular or really down games, but we're happy with how we are performing. Friendly reminder about how the stakes are also present at this match. And like we saw at the tail end of set 2, Choco Mucho could be heating up in this set. I'll echo MG's words on this, saying Choco Mucho will want to beat us. So let's turn our eyes to the action right now, Dip and Jamie.
Thanks, Jana, for that report, and really nice description there for MG. No, steady lang. Sometimes steady is better because you don't want to be too high, too low when you're in a tournament, right?
Yes. I mean, sometimes when your emotion is too high, you tend to lose focus, I would say. And if it's a bit low, that might just be a bit too low, a lackluster performance.
Yeah,
so
easily demoralized siguro,
yes,
but pag steady,
you're chill, you're not thinking too much. And that is what I'm seeing with Creamline. They've experienced too many things so far the past few conferences, and they just want to go back on top.
Kaya chillin' eh.
Yes, chill na chill.
GV kada, sabi nga ni
Ice cream chillin'.
ating barkadang si Jana earlier.
Yes.
6-4. Madayag.
Just give it to Maddie so far. So far, good reception. And Maddie Madayag capitalizing in the front row before she heads to that service line, but going for that light tip.
Yeah, earlier her first 2 points came from blocks. Her last 2 have been on attacks. 4 in total for Madzilla. Gumabaw!
Oh!
Strong hit for MG.
You know, and Kyle Negrito is paving that way for MG. Take a look at that set. In between Honey Royce, in between that antenna, finding that open space, that open gateway for Creamline.
Ang bigat talaga ng palo ni Michelle Gumabaw.
Yeah, she has that hefty hand. Hard to block. Not easy.
Gunsanya, find a ways in the game. That went out as we go to the first technical timeout.
Serving for the Cool Smashers, Michelle Gumaba.
Back here for set number 3. After the first technical timeout, they give up. Choco Mucho gives up another point to Creamline. It has been the same story all throughout the match. Good start somewhat for Choco Mucho, but just couldn't maintain it.
Right.
And Creamline will threaten to pull away. The Flying Titans hoping to change the script here. Down by 4. Tobino. Schwan with a save. I got your back, says Coco Schwan. Chance for Creamline. That trickles back to the side of Choco Mucho. Carlos, that is into the antenna.
Yep. You can see she was trying to target zone 1 for 2 times, but it hits the antenna here. And Courtney Schwan was able to get that dig in zone 6. It's also because the reinforcements are just so tall.
Yeah. Medyo malayo yung hinabol dun yung Negrito.
Yes.
Chance now for Choco Mucho. Where did that come from?
Coming out of nowhere.
Gonzania drawing a blocker there, and then Smith with a hammer. Timeout for Creamline.
Sorry, we'll call it.
Nagkaroon tayo sa palo, okay lang eh. Pero yun, tatlo block panigurado, tatlo, tres eh. Huwag tayo magkaroon doon. Okay? Ay, tulong lang sa open. Tulong lang, Bessie. Let's go, let's go, guys! All in, Creamline!
New season, bigger stories. Aces returns for season 2 only on the Pilipinas Live app. Download and register now and stream all Pilipinas Live originals anytime, anywhere, on any device. Hosted, of course, by the phenom Alyssa Valdez, where she has great conversations with our volleyball athletes.
Yes.
On and off the court, no? Ang ganda ng mga
Love
kwentuhan.
that, yes.
And you can only find that on the Pilipinas Live app.
Solid guest as well. Oh! Okay, here we go.
We were caught off guard the first time. But Smith says, let me go for another, as she explodes for her second point.
You know, I think Marley Smith needed that 1 point earlier to, you know, get things rolling for her.
Pampagising, no?
Ooh, okay.
Speaking of powerful spikes, Tots Carlos knows a thing or two about that.
Combination play by Kyle Negrito, attacking in between the hands of Aduque.
2-point lead for Creamline. Carlos with a serve. Good ball by Molde. To the middle, they go. Aduque Agunsanya announcing her entry in the game.
They need this. Choco Mucho needs this. They need to boost up their momentum. They have no choice here.
Set up to Schwan.
That's the spot. That's the sweet spot for Courtney Schwan. Zone 5. She has the height. She has the strength. Just guiding that ball behind Tubino.
Back to a 2-point lead for the Cool Smashers. Toring serving. Tobino got the first ball. Smith with the adjustment midair. Bending and scoring. And the fans of Choco Mucho have come alive here in the third set.
Marley Smith adding some versatility, I would say, in her attacking.
Negrito. Pump set to Schwan. Ogunsanya. Straight to Pumabaw. That attack of Tobino kept alive by the Flying Titans. Back and forth. Ooh, but Smith misjudged that one.
Misjudged, mistime, and kind of an awkward angle to attack from as well. I mean, it's her first Creamline Choco Mucho game. We gotta give them a pass here for the reinforcements.
But also, she had those two
Those were wild.
big points for Choco Mucho, so gotta give her that. But that's a net violation on the Flying Titans. Creamline up by 3. Negrito with 15 excellent sets in the match. And Atienza won't be able to keep that in play.
That's a good strategy, good activation of Maddie Madayag so far. Clean attack on that Be Quick.
5 points for Maddie.
Good serve.
11-13. Schwan. Good dig by Tobino. Creamline asking for a net violation. And they challenge mid-rally before that ball even got to go down. A net fault is what they're asking for.
It's a net fault called by Creamline.
These challenges, when you call it in the middle of the rally, you have to be sure.
And you have to call it right
You
away.
have to call it right away. Remember our last coverage where you
Yes.
talked about that, how you have to press the buzzer. Tingnan natin kung may net fault on the side of Choco Mucho. This is the closest it has been so far in the match. Before they get to double digits, medyo nakalayo na yung Creamline in
Yes.
sets 1 and 2. But with the help of Tobino and Smith, their injection in the game, there you go. Clearly a net fault on Madayag.
Yep, Maddie.
So successful challenge for the Cool Smashers. It's now 14-11.
Good reception by Honey Royce Tobino.
Madayag wants it and gets it.
You could see Choco Mucho a bit more loose. Here in set number 3, we saw a few wild swings from Marley Smith. Also good insertion of Honey Royce to start this game, needing that veteran presence. Still
Almost
good.
an ace. Pinballing on the side of Creamline. Madayag with another. Down by only 1.
No, but this is different when everyone is in sync. And this is what we're seeing in set number 3 for Choco Mucho. Better reception as well, which is allowing Dina Wong to activate Maddie.
But that serve of Molde
Untimely.
will break their momentum. Trying to play catch up here. Two-point lead for Creamline.
Good receive.
Wong goes
That's too
to
tight.
Madayag again. This time it doesn't work. MG gets the point for Creamline and brings us to the second technical timeout. They're up by 3. Back inside the big dome, Eddie Madayag and the Flying Titans trying to survive and extend the match here. First things first, they need to get at least 1 set over Creamline. But the point goes to the Cool Smashers. Quick timeout called by Coach Dante Alinsunurin right after the technical timeout. Let's listen in.
Basta pag dalawa, pag pakita mo pasa, dito lang tayo. Tagin natin kahit ano, ha? Sige.
Target dulo, ha? Target dulo.
Nice. Every time, dulo, ha? Kuling line, ha?
Jamie, the Flying Titans, they were able to bring this down to a 1-point
Yes.
lead. But then Creamline responding with 3 straight points to have themselves some space.
That just goes to show the quick adjustments and in-game adjustments for Creamline this game. So far, not giving any momentum to the CHOCO MUCHO Flying Titans.
Lucky break as a service error for Creamline. Coach Dante sticking to the same players that have played well here in set 3. Regalo dapat yun, but Aduki misjudged as well.
Mistiming, misjudged that one. Players reacting instead of thinking first of what to do.
Villarete and Valdez are back in the game.
Good receive.
Tobino. It's inside for
That's
Royce.
inside. You know, that's just a rare time that at the end it doesn't get that cross-court attack. Let's take a look at the... Yes, that is on the line, yeah.
Villarete to Valdez.
Good touch by Ponce.
Still alive. Royce again. Saved by Lazaro Revilla. Tots. Trying to get a touch from the blockers. Back to Carlos. Saved by Wong. Ponce will run after it straight to us. And Smith will reward her for her efforts. She gets the point for CHOCO MUCHO.
Marley Smith enjoying this game here. Taking all the credit after that sequence. Corner pocket, zone 1.
Yoshi can be surprised because she has high percentage in terms of spiking in our tournament. Number 8 in that category.
Yes.
And don't look now, it's only a 1-point lead for Creamline. CHOCO MUCHO right back at it. 17-18, almost a point off of the serve. Second try for Creamline. Carlos, it's short. 18 all. And Coach Sherwin calls for time as the Flying Titans have tied this game up.
Sitaks na ang ano.
Cover tayo, ha?
4, okay. Lumalanay. 4 up, 4. Pag wala, tsaga lang, pag wala.
Sorry.
Oh, cover na, sige. Tsaga, patience! All in, Creamline!
After the 3 points of Creamline earlier, 3 straight, CHOCO MUCHO retaliating and having a 4-0 blast
Right.
to equalize at 18. Wong continues to serve.
Good reception by Turing.
Carlos. Chance now for CHOCO MUCHO to get the lead. Honey Royce Tobino, so sweet. That honey. And gets the lead for the Flying Titans.
She has been the game changer here for CHOCO MUCHO. That veteran presence is needed.
But Valdez answering back.
19 all. And this is no surprise to us, Dip, here. This is always a much-awaited rivalry here.
This is what the fans came for. Smith breaking the block for her 5th point.
5 points so far. Let's see if she can reach double digits, but those 5 points have been so impactful for Choco Mucho.
Yeah, 3 blockers, no problem. Valdez! The Phenom going to work.
She's done it all. She's seen it all. The Phenom in Eliza Valdez.
Ingat lang po yung ating fan na yun sa kakatalon. We know it is exciting.
Yes, you know.
Tied at 20.
Ooh, that's too tight.
Yeah, tight.
Oh.
Smith trying to find a way, but really it was tough. Put in a tough spot.
The bump set of Dina a bit too tight.
So that point should be for CREAMLINE. The official scores 21-20 in favor of the Cool Smashers. Rose Vargas in the game serving. To the middle they go. Ogunsanya.
So 21 all here in set number 3. And the difference here for Choco Mucho is that they finally have service receive, which is allowing Dina Wong to activate the middles, activate those combination plays for Marley Smith.
Des Cheng serving now. Villarete goes back to Valdez. Naabangan. Nilipat kay Xuan. CHOCO. There's a touch. Tobino able to get there. Isa goes up. Off the block and out. Choco Mucho back up by 1.
That's her signature, that off the block by Isa Molde. Look at that. Just a lack of press on that block by Panaga.
Bumabaw and Negrito are back on the floor. Starters for Coach Sherwin to try and finish it off in straight sets, but Choco Mucho giving them a hard time. Now Cheng just couldn't get to it.
What is set number 3 here, but good reception by Courtney and ending it off, targeting that broken block of Madayag.
Well played also by Negrito, who was able to really
avoid the net.
Contort her body and avoid the net. Broken play. Tobino will still go for the attack. And that's what you get when you still give yourself a shot at a point. Hindi namili doon. Went up for the spike. Straight into the head of Panagat. Bounced off. And landed the point for Choco Mucho. Tindin Santiago Manabat with an entry late game. Along with Jem Ferrer. And I'd say possibly a risky substitution also here
risky
for Coach Dante, as Xuan ties it up at 23. That's a quick change for Choco Mucho. Babalik na si Dina Wong at Marley Smith.
This is crucial now. Whoever gets this point.
Our 8th deadlock in set 3. Molde on the attack, dug by Atienza. Kyle to MG. Linesman calls it out. First referee says there's a touch. And
I love the emotions.
And that one you cannot challenge because it wasn't a play at the net that was called on. And the Flying Titans are not giving up this point just yet.
Take a look at this one more time.
Nothing at the net was there.
Yeah, no touch.
So
Looks like no touch.
Ponce was the one, I guess, called for the touch. As a timeout called by Choco Mucho.
Okay, pero guys, pag nag-off tayo, ito yung gagawin natin ha, hindi na kahit ano mangyari. Okay. Mag-rebound tayo ha, tapos recycle tayo, Maddie, end ka ha. At pare, pasukan mo na to, para si Maddie makakuha ng ano.
Ay, ako yung cover ha, ako papasok.
Ikaw lang ang ikaw cover ha. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Talo ka. Choco Mucho!
Timeout called by the Flying Titans. They are down by 1. That point awarded to CREAMLINE. But they have to move on from that and then just play here, Jamie.
Yes.
Match point now for the Cool Smashers. Ooh! Bobbled first ball. Molde. Chance now for CREAMLINE to close it out. MG! Boy pa. Smith with a save.
Ooh, that's too tight.
That's a bit tight. But still playable. We go on. Carlos attacks. No! Tobino with an incredible save. Molde again. Wong sets up Isa. Multiple tries and it ends with a huge block for the Cool Smashers. And with this win, CREAMLINE advances to the quarterfinals officially. Tough luck for Choco Mucho, who was able to extend that rally. The Stibay defensive play of the set is brought to you by Elastosil. Selyado ang bubong anumang panahon. It was the blocking in the end that saved CREAMLINE. This point is brought to you by Myra. Be Vita Brighter with Myra's vitamin-powered whitening lotion. They fought hard, talking about the Flying Titans. Really gave it their all in that last play, JV.
And what a statement win for the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers. From start to finish, they did not let down. They only mean business moving forward here in this reinforced conference.
And that loss of Choco Mucho will hurt their chances. We'll talk more about that when we come back after the break. Back here inside the big dome as the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers safely advance to the next round in our reinforced conference. They get the job done and win over the Choco Mucho Flying Titans in straight sets. As we check this one out, this Babad player of the game is brought to you by Devant. Enjoy unforgettable TV Babad moments with your family only with Devant. Kyle Negrito. Excellent playmaking in this game, and she is with our very own Jana Ejido. Take it away, Jana.
I'm here with our player of the game and the rest of the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers. Napaka-good vibes naman dito. Kyle Negrito! Yan o, paano yung side mo? Paano yung side? Dito po, ganito po kami. With 18 excellent sets against the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. Kyle, congratulations. What a dominant performance. It's a sweep. Tell me what was key in today's performance.
Siguro alam namin na itong mga remaining games namin hindi pwedeng magpabaya. So talagang kailangan trabahuhin. So sinimulan namin sa training and minaral namin yung Choco. Knowing Choco na syempre ilang beses na rin namin na nakakatapat Goal lang namin is ma-execute yung system and happy ako na nakuha namin yung panalo ng straight sets.
And grabe, those last points in set 3, everyone was holding their breaths here in Araneta. I want to know what was going through your mind. I was observing you keeping everyone together. What was going through your mind in those last points?
Yun lang na kailangan compose kami kasi alam namin na pag nag-relax kami, ita-take advantage ng CHOCO. So, tinabaho namin yun. And yes.
All right, any greetings you'd like to give, Kyle? Go ahead.
Not me. Ito na siya, oh. Happy birthday, Momski! Happy birthday kay Kuya Nico Valdez and happy birthday kay Kuya Ryan Soriano and of course sa Family Feud and sa family ng mga teammates ko. I love you too, Lori. And of course, my family and sa lahat po ng fans ng Creamline Cool Smashers, salamat po and Choco Mucho of course po and magkita-kita po tayo sa next game. Mami Donna!
All right, congratulations once again, Kyle Negrito, your player of the game. Creamline is in the quarterfinals. Div and Jamie.
Thank you, Jana, for that. There you have it, Kyle Negrito, our player of the game, and rightfully so, Jamie, with what she did to her teammates. She made them shine in the match.
I mean, looking at the stat sheets, the offense was spread out evenly. Yes, Courtney Schwann tallied in double digits, but all the players, Gumabao, Panaga, Valdez, even with 3 points in that game, you can see that Kyle mentioned they can't be relaxed because if they're too relaxed, Choco Mucho will take advantage of them, and that is what they showed in that game against the Choco Mucho Flying Titans from start to finish. Those off-speed attacks of Courtney Schwann, just being a thinking player, helped that win. And for the Choco Mucho Flying Titans, they definitely need to go back to the drawing board. They need to hone their skills in reception. They need to activate the middle blockers a bit more, and also the wing spikers. We need more firepower coming from them in the left pin in that game. Match stats here in that 3-set win, and 36 attacks for Choco Mucho and 39 for Creamline. You can see the disparity is not that far when it came to attacking, looking at the overall stats, but it's those 26 errors, and those were the times where Choco Mucho would get a bit frustrated.
Yeah.
The emotions were high, and that all started in set number 1. And in that set number 1, it was neck and neck. It was a good start for both teams, but when Creamline got that long run, Choco Mucho could not stay composed, and that's where the maturity comes into play.
Ito yung sinasabi natin earlier, Jamie. She got her wish right before she gives birth. Nakapagpa-picture siya with Eliza Valdez. I wouldn't be surprised if pangalanan niyang
Eliza Valdez,
if it's a girl.
If it's a girl. Pwede naman boy din.
Pwede rin, no? Pwedeng hanapan ng nickname na The Phenom, for example. Well, that wraps up our matches here at the Big Dome. We will continue on Saturday. We go to Montalban, Rizal for the matchup between Farm Fresh and Galleries Tower at 1:30 p.m. which will be followed by the PLDT high-speed hitters and the Cherry Tigo EV crossovers at 4. And to cap off that Saturday triple header, we will have the Capital One Solar Spikers going up against the Petrogas Angels. So stay tuned for that. See you in Montalban, Rizal. Lilipat tayo dyan, and of course you can catch us on One Sports Plus and on Pilipinas Live. There you have it. Straight sets Thursday, Jamie, for all our matches. Great working with you on behalf of Jana Hido, my partner Jamie La Victoria, our director Al Neri. My name is Dip Bianco, saying thank you for watching the PVL 2025 Reinforced Conference. This is the heart of volleyball. See you this weekend.